is dead. Nice work on that. But the Taken are all wormed down into the cracks at the Cosmodrome. We think a coven of wizards is running the show over there. You're going to shut them down.
Cade, I'm having trouble getting a bead on those wizards.
Thought you might. My scouts have marked blights all over the Cosmo. They're pumping out darkness like a spigot. Cut off the flow, Guardian. Cleanse the place, and you should be able to find the wizards.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Destiny. So, we may have dealt with Oryx, but we're not quite done with the Taken just yet. See, after the main campaign is finished, a bunch of these little side or post-game vignettes, they start popping up all around the places, and it's up to us to take them out. So we're starting off with Earth, and this is going to be pretty short and sweet, really. So, our main focus is actually going to be on these blights all around the area. Now, we mentioned the blights in the Black Spindle unlock showcase. And here's where we actually start seeing them spawning the enemies. So, it's a very good idea to take them out as you can. And really quickly after you finish taking out the enemies. Otherwise, you'll have to deal with more, and it's just not a ton of fun. And sometimes it just kind of spawns them anyway, because that's how things work. So one of the best things I can say about these post-game missions for the Taken King is that they start opening up the variety of Taken you're fighting at any given time. Like here, we got acolytes, we've got centurions, we've got captains, we've got vandals. Because vandals aren't annoying to fight at all, no. But it is nice actually seeing more than one type of these things at a time. Whereas the main story kind of just focused on one or two.
That did it. Wizards are marked and locked. Next.
So now that that's all taken care of, we can go sort out the root of the issue here. You might recognize this place. It was one of the first we visited in, I think, the second mission? Yeah, it was the second mission. So we've been here before. However, this time, well, it seems the Taken didn't take too kindly to that little wall over there. Getting hit by the captain's bolt of darkness is really not good in most cases, but especially so when you can't see what's happening in the first place. So yeah, it's another time of those. Avoid it if you can, and if you can't, well, good luck. I've said it before, and I'll say it probably again by the time LP finishes, but I really do like these segments in the darkness. Like the actual darkness, not... You know what I mean. It definitely gives the game some much-needed atmosphere. Not everything is so brightly lit and all that sort of thing. So taking captain's pretty easy when you throw hammers at them.
The darkness. It's smothering. We've got wizards.
Wizards, on the other hand, still a pain. One down, two to go. So, the main reason why Taken Wizards are such a pain is that the Shadow Thrall, they start spawning and then never stop spawning. So you really gotta take the wizards out pretty quickly. And thankfully, Gjallarhorn is incredibly well suited for that. Also, you've got to be very, very careful of all of the little mines all strewn about. Not very dangerous on their own, but if you trip into one or two of them in a row, you could be pretty well in a world of hurt.
We're getting good reports from all across the Cosmo, Guardian. Taking, abandoning the fight, or getting sucked back to who knows where. This one goes in the win book. Come on back now. Guardian, turns out I gave you some bad intel last time. Those wizards weren't controlling the Blight. Mea culpa and such like. Got a real plan this time. There's a Taken Knight running sorties on the Cosmo down there, and the Tower Scouts have tracked the Blight to the old King's Watch bunker. Hit the Knight in a counterattack, and then push on to the bunker.
But if you thought we were done, oh no. We're just getting started.
Welcome back to the Cosmodrome. We have tracking on that Knight, critter named Sugoth. T is silent. Who comes up with these names anyway? Okay, get after him, Guardian.
Cade, Knight is down. I'm detecting a surge of power in response.
Just what we wanted. And, yep, it's coming from the King's Watch bunker. Our intel was right. That's the source. You know what to do, Guardian.
So something strange happened, and I spawned into the area and got that notification, even though you can plainly see Sugoth right there. I don't know what the deal is with that. Maybe someone was already on the mission, and then I spawned in as they were killing them. I don't know. Point is, he's dead now, and we get to move on to the King's Watch. After we collect some spin metal, of course. And here we are. Haven't been to this place since House of Wolves. Hasn't really changed much aside from the Taken infestation, so nothing really to speak on that matter. Public service announcement, kids. Don't use rockets with obstructions in your face. Anyway, take two. This time with much less self-rocket. So I don't believe I've actually mentioned what this weapon I'm currently using is, despite the fact that we've seen it 3 or 4 times now. The weapon that my Titan was using for the longest time, the one on screen, is the Deal Breaker. It's a hack archetype weapon, which means if you remember the Arminius D from last update, it's basically that, but it fires much slower. It's much more controllable, and I personally tend to like this one better. Besides that, it's nothing really special. It's another one with the outnumbered perk, which, if you'll remember, is if I have 3 people surrounding me, I get bonus damage. The sight on it is actually one of my favorites. It actually highlights targets. which is very useful, especially in those darkened areas from the last mission. So we're coming up on the King's conference room. And, yeah, I'd certainly seen better days. Where once there was the globe of the traveler, there's now just a little ping ball. And just like that, we're thrust into defending ourselves from more taken thrall. They're not too bad of an issue. Not even in these numbers. You just gotta keep on the move, make sure your aim is not completely potatoes. And, you know, take care of business. The second wave is gonna have some acolytes and an echo of Oryx. You remember him, right? Told you, he's going to be a recurring theme, especially in these post-game missions. Also, it's worth to note that anytime an enemy spawns in, like a boss enemy or a champion, anytime one of them spawns in, they're actually immune until their health bar pops fully up. So if you're playing along, or if you have played in the past and you were confused about that, there you go. So the Echoes of Oryx have basically the same shtick as Oryx himself did in the Taken King finale. They have those little void zone things, and they can also hit you with the King's Grasp. Although they tend to do that much less often than the man himself. So once we clear out all of the extraneous ads, our good old friend shows up again. It's simple enough just to knock him straight back out again.
An echo, huh? In our own backyard. You know, Zavala's too serious to say it, and Ikora's too distracted, but the Vanguard wouldn't be what it is today without you. That's... Anyway, thank you for the shooting.